and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Factorio Space Age. We're kind of hoping we're moving fast enough that we can actually finish the game in this part. So to do that, we need to stick railguns on the front of this ship and build railgun ammo. Well, we can start building railgun ammo without the railguns. Or at least start designing the railgun ammo without railguns. So this is pretty slow to build. Does a lot of damage, but it's pretty slow to build. So there's an argument that we don't necessarily want to build a lot of this. Because it's slow to build. And as such, the assembler machines are going to take up a lot of space. So how does it stack up to the explosives? Okay, so it's about... Each recipe takes about twice as much explosives. It runs far slower, but it's the same sort of concept, right? It's got the explosives in it. Steel, copper... Okay, we probably still have... Well, how many of these do we really want? Like 6? Well, I'm gonna duplicate that. And that's actually quite plausible to just say duplicate that. Right, say, hey, give me a second copy of that. Okay, re-establish the trash. Okay, let's just say that works. Then I need to duplicate that. I have... Well, actually, we can just duplicate it, right? Just say that it's duplicated. Okay, so that's explosives coming out. We can cut, move you. Like so. Then water comes in like so. Let's make that underground. Yeah. So that connects that up. That makes explosives. We're gonna want one more water maker probably. I suppose we're doing that. We can just do. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But first, I need to reroute the ice a little bit. Thinking bomb fizzle, because bomb fizzle's been sitting at Aquila too long. Whoops. Well, come to novice then. Stop taking damage. Aquilo probably getting close. 800 of the stuff made. That was an interesting crash. No, we still had. So that was actually the 11 up and down. Oh, here comes the load 11. I suppose when this is empty, we can move this much closer to the thing. It doesn't need to come all the way from the cargo landing area. Do what I needed it to do. Can technically come from here. Actually, why is science not? So you don't have a Quello. But here's the Quello. Why are you... Oh, because you don't have cryogenic. So we either got the cryogenic in a place where you got the Quello, because the cryogenic is starting to run lower. Okay. All the ones way back. We were designing you. Let's get back to designing you then. Don't think we quite have all the space in there that I'd want. Yeah, no, definitely not. There would be enough. Oh, or even really here, it's not enough. So we do probably want it over in this area. Thinking about how I'm going to get the railgun ammo made and delivered. Okay, so for the railgun ammo, we need steel, explosives, or steel and copper to go with the explosives. We're currently, assuming everything is balanced, and it does look like it's balanced, making 1 explosive a second. So we can make a lot of railgun ammo, or a lot of, yeah, we can basically make half a railgun ammo a second, which is a lot, I think, hopefully. Assuming we have the place to put the assembly machines. And the foundries to make the steel and copper. Copper wire and steel. So you would make 8 a second. And for the ammo, or the railgun ammo, well, if we're actually making the recipe here, right? We got 1 explosive a second. So that means we need like, yeah, 1 explosive a second. So we only need 5 copper cables a second. We don't have the explosives for more than that. And then for steel, this is a little bit slower. Because of the 3.2 in here, it's a little bit math unwieldy. Let's pull up the calculator. So if I want... Right, so... I want like 2.5 of this a second. Does this provide 2.5 a second? So this has a crafting speed of 3.2 and has a assembling machine, or the building does 4 speed. Building does 4 speed, so technically we need 2 of them, except we have 100% productivity down here, which I haven't accounted for. So yeah, that will be enough. That will be enough as well. If we had iron. Wait, no. Oh, if we had the plumbing. Had the plumbing for that one. Yeah, so that's enough. Then the question is, can we get enough assembling machines? shoved in here. Okay, based on space, that's what we're going to run with. We're probably oversupplying it with this, so... Okay. So, one for you, 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 one for you. Alright, let's fly this over to Vulcanus. Oh, and we need explosives in here. So that's actually not that bad. So we run that to you. Okay, we'll try something like that. Stop at Vulcanus, it should be receiving its bits, and then we just need to go get it, the rocket launchers and find space for the rocket launchers up front. In fact, actually, I could probably design around the... or not the rocket, the rail cannons. Design around the rail cannons being up front even before I have them. Okay, it's going to be a slightly different circle, but we can go ahead and just nick the circle, I suppose. Give us the spacing we need. Whoops. Did I tell you to move? No. That's what I get for having auto thrust on. Go back to the planet with the stuff we need to build the ship. Okay, we're back at Vulcanus. Should start receiving the bits it needs. Okay. Then these... are not going to be those types of rocks. We don't need that in the middle because this is going to be a standard roundabout. Yeah. Okay, that might make it a little bit less balanced. In fact, actually, let's assume that's a bad idea because it's going to make it less balanced. Okay, these obviously aren't going to be rocket turrets anymore. Oops, no, I did still want that one there. Just going to be firing. So we're going to have railguns on the loop. Yep. Okay. Is this going to be massively overkill? Yep. You know what? I'd just roll in the massive overkill. That works. You know, for the middle four specifically, we're gonna reduce their requirement to be quite so strict. Just to supplement the fact that the gun turrets don't really reach in this configuration. Yeah, they don't really reach. Is that a problem? Because that is something I might be able to do something about. Especially if we don't think we need that many guns, per se. Especially don't think I necessarily need that many rail guns. Right, I could probably pretty easily have the rail guns. So I take those. And then say, put up some gun turrets up there. Okay, let's, yeah, it'll be a little bit of risk, but let's take the run over to Novice. No. How do I want to make this work? You know what? Copy that bit. So worked out that you need to do that. Honestly, I can do that pretty easily, and I'll buy us the space we need. Okay. So with that, we got some guns up front that aren't too far back in the ship, can actually reach the front. These are a little bit, how should I put it? A little bit last possible second firing range. Yeah. Okay, and then... I don't want to make this work. Switch you... one? Yeah, easily. Trying to figure out how to bring the front in a little bit so we're not completely not using that line. Okay. So the thought process is, can I just pick this up, drag it like exactly one in? That, you know, realistically breaks a lot of things. Whoops. Dear. Oh, dear. Lots of loose ordnance there. Going very much the wrong way on the belt. Okay, so right now we know that is the loop that the rockets need to go. Red reach that? No, red can just reach that far. Okay, that works. Makes that a lot simpler. In fact, we just worked out the red can reach that far. Yeah. So the red can reach that far, then this can just be there. Okay, and these just need to be... like so. To be armed. And then that gets us a whole another tile of range on the gun turrets. Is that a big difference? Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. that's fair. Maybe not a big difference. Or maybe that's all the difference. The last second, gotta group the guns. That might make a difference. Might make a big difference. So we can go ahead and... Well, the laser turrets actually have still have better gun, or better range than the gun turrets. So they're actually still decent range. Okay. In which case, that's the front of this ship. Ship front is good to go. Science is going. It's going pretty slow. Quello is awaiting its next pickup. So something we could do is we could have this go pick up the Quello science as a test flight. We have a grand total of 0 guns. Ready? Yep. We got carbon fiber. Okay, so you also want to come to Quello for no other reason than we want you to drop off the carbon fiber. Oh, you're currently receiving a shipment. That's why you're not launched. You're not going. Yeah, Promethean is going slower and slower and slower because I think we're starting to run out of it on Novice. I think we're out of it on Novice. What's left is what's actively in the lab being used. Okay, so to finish this, we need to go pick up more. Fair enough. And it's ready for pickup, so we just need to get there and pick it up. In fact, the Bob Fizzle is already assigned to pick it up, so when the Bob Fizzle gets there and drops the carbon fiber off, it'll just be good. Hello, you don't have a request for carbon fiber. Request some carbon fiber. Yep, this is actually an interesting looking ship in comparison to the Bob Fizzle, which is just the flying brick. Granted, what makes this one interesting is the tail section, which actually has some hollow in it. Venting off steam into the void. Yeah, so this thing works. If we were to change anything, and there's definitely some space for changing in here, probably add more grabber arms. In fact, let's contemplate where would we throw those grabber arms. Like, we throw one. On there, that area. Throw one over there. That's a bit of a stretch. I think we got it covered, at least on the sides there, on those two spots. So yeah, if we had more grabber arms, we'd have that. At least that would help us grab the stuff we're flying past. The stuff we're already running into is not available after a while, right? And to grab more, we'd probably have to, oof. That's not stopping. We've done taken damage. We're now in a ablative state where question is, can we get back? We went through all the rockets is what happened. Did that blueprint save? Okay, let's, I'm gonna load the last autosave. 26 minutes ago? Okay, we're gonna do a quick save. I'm gonna load that last save anyway. Let's see, what the state of the ship. No, no. Did I lose the design? That's... Oh, that's the question. Blueprint. Yeah, I should've... Okay, actually, no, let's load that load the autosave quickly. We lost the front end, is what ended up happening there. Yeah, lost the... okay. So, before we get too ham, let's save as a blueprint. The ship. So that's a setback, if I may say so myself. Ship. Great blueprint. I just screwed it up again. Yeah. Ship. Great blueprint. Put it in the blueprint storage. Okay, at least from a design standpoint, we can go faster. And we were in the middle of redesigning the ship, so it's just we just lost the ship designing and ship building portion. Yeah, that gives you an idea, I suppose, of how destructive collisions are. With those big asteroids. Okay. Take that bit off the front. I could probably pull the... Well, I can't pull the roll cannons back and do what I was doing before with the gun turrets, I suppose. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Okay, with a rough design in mind, it goes a lot faster. One potentially can imagine, yes. Oops. I don't like that we're so short on asteroids. Yeah, so we don't have enough rockets to fire at the small ones. I think having this interior here fire at the small ones was the mistake. They got like blown up. Okay, let's fly this over to Novice. Just to grab the missing bits. You know, given the system here, actually, I'm going to make this a filter. Any oxide that survived going through this maze should go straight down that side. Yeah, why are we stopped at Vulcan? Because we're receiving 5 pieces. Okay. That's fair. Okay, because of the mishap, we had to redo a bit of it. So it took a little bit longer. We got back to where we were. Again, we still have one last thing of science to do. Get the railguns on the front here, and we're good to go. Bomb fizzle, you picked up the carbon. Go to Quilla. So we can get those rail cannons. We've worked out we want like 8 rail cannons. Yeah. And if we can get 8 rail cannons, this is probably good to go. We'll make the rail cannons in the next episode. We'll hopefully get the Promethean science done in the next one. We did work out in the last one that we do need to take one last load of cryogenic science back to Novus. Yeah, hopefully we don't get another situation where the front end of this basically gets caved in by major asteroids 5 inches out from Aquila, because, oh, that wasn't good. That was not good at all. Yeah, if we wanted more asteroids, just gotta figure out how to grab more is kind of the problem. We'll say if we grab more. Because when it's stationary, it doesn't really grab very many. It's kind of the problem. And it's maybe not the best at storing the contents. Oh, so that's something we could do a little bit of. A little bit more storage tank in. Double the copper and iron storage. And maybe double the water storage as well. Yeah. Oh, I realized something we forgot to do. We don't have adequate water storage, or adequate water processing. So we need to stick another chemical lab in to do, or chemical plant in to do some more water making. Here we go. That doesn't look right. There we go. That gets us more calcite, which allows us to handle more of the metal coming in. Okay. I know I already started the outro. Let me actually remember to finish the outro. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow, where hopefully we actually try to fly this thing one more time, out to the edge and not have a mistake like we did at Aquilo in this one. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm gonna take a short break, sip a little bit of my tea in front of me, and we're gonna get right back to recording. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.